For this class, you need to conduct academic research, and you need to do it in one search because you're going to get the more academic and more reliable sources there. So you want to go to the Fresno State main page, you want to go to Quick Links, and you want to select from Quick Links Henry Madden Library. And you will then see the one search page, and you're going to go to Advanced so that you have more tools and so that you can get to what you can use a lot faster. So this is what the Advanced page looks like, and you can type in, say the word homeless or homelessness, for example, to start. You'll want to go to material types, you'll want to select articles, and you'll want to go to publication date, and you'll want to select the last 5 years so that the documents that you locate will be relevant to what we're talking about. If they're much older, the things that are discussed in them might not be quite so relevant. So you would start with just this amount of information. You don't need to affect any of these lines just yet. And then you'll press search. And then you'll get, yes, almost 47,000 hits, and lots of them not necessarily what you want to look at. But by clicking on search, that opens this left panel where you can make more refined choices. And to start with, what you would do then is select full text online, and you would select peer-reviewed journals so that you're only getting academic stuff. And you want to, again, select resource type articles. And you don't want to refine the dates. You want to leave that at 5 years. And we won't do this stuff yet. We'll just put in our full text online, peer-reviewed, and articles, and then see what we get. And here you go. You have still an awful lot of sources, but you can see that these filters are selected. And then what you can do is you can look at this nice long list of topics. Homeless with science and technology, there's actually over 10,000 articles on that. Life sciences and biomedicine might be a good topic to select if these are close to your fields. Social science, humans, homeless people, that's going to be more general, but might be useful. If you wanted to look by demographic, you can look at homeless females, homeless males. Analysis I would expect to be something like statistical data and maybe more. Adults, okay, here public, environmental, and occupational health. Anyway, you can see down the line psychology, mental health, research, social aspects, housing, right? You probably, industrial technology majors, engineering majors, planners, construction, might want to select housing, psychiatry, mental disorders. So you'd want to pick, from there. And I chose public, environmental, and occupational health. And that shows these nice articles. Have you thought about this? A lot of people who are homeless are middle-aged. Some of them, even if they're young people, they might be people who are supposed to be on medication. Well, you can't get medication if you're a homeless person. You don't have health care, you don't have a regular doctor, you don't even have an address. So what happens with people in this condition? And here's another one, care avoidance among homeless people and access to care. This interviews spiritual caregivers, street pastors. Anyway, this is pretty interesting information, and if you're doing social work, that sort of thing, maybe you want to look at an article like this, mortality and causes of death, change in housing status among homeless and formerly homeless. Anyway, there's a lot of different kinds of articles here. And just by selecting, something, if that's in your field area, occupational health might be in your area of study, then you can find some good articles here. So I selected care avoidance, because I think that's going to be a really, really common thing, and maybe that's my field. Maybe I'm a social worker, and I want to read this article. So if I click on care avoidance among homeless people, and the way that you would do it, let's go back here. You would select online, full text available, because if you select the other stuff, you're only going to get citation information. So you need to select the link that says online full text available. And when you go there, then you get options. And you do have to sign in because you'll be doing this remotely. You're probably not on campus. So you need to sign in using your Fresno State credentials. And you can see that there are several ones to choose from. And I tried this one, EBSCOhost. It's down right now, but it'll probably be up again soon. So I couldn't get that one, so I selected Gale Academic. And with Gale, here's the article, and I can read it. And indeed, it says the sorts of things you would expect it to say. Because of their poor health and social vulnerability, people who are homeless require specific care. So if I were interested in health management for our village residents, then this is the sort of article that I would look at. But, if you can go back and pick different fields, right? If you are interested in, where was the one? Housing. We could select that one. We could apply the housing filter. And I think it's going to carry, yes it does, still have full text and all the other filters. Client experiences with shelter and community care services in the Netherlands, quality of service. Okay. They're homeless in a home, retaining homeless experienced consumers in supported housing. So if you want to, if you're planning on building the structures, you want to see what kinds of needs are important to our residents, this is a good article to read to see what do people need and what seems to work well. There's another one on improving healthcare. And I think what you'll find, largely my students in the past have found the consensus is that the number one thing that people who are experiencing homelessness need, factor one, is being housed. They cannot get their healthcare needs met. They cannot get their educational needs met. They cannot get any other needs met until they're inside of a house. And it doesn't have to be a big house. It doesn't have to be an expensive house. You've seen some of these. They can be 100 square feet, as long as they have a door to close and hopefully some heating, maybe a bed. That's going to be good. And once they have that in place, then the other kinds of services can come along. So anyway, that's what we have for you, and this is how you'll do your academic research.